Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am Sefian FM. Today we're looking at another tactic. This one is called the 424 Extreme Chainsaw. No idea where these names come from. I have just no clue. I mean, they got to make it exciting somehow, I guess. But you do start off with a sweeper keeper in defense, fullbacks on the left and the right in attacking, ball playing defenders centrally, segundo volantes in the middle on support, inside forward, I mean, it's a basic complete mirror. So inside forwards, that's support on both sides, and advanced forwards in attack on both sides. It is a balanced mentality, custom Islam champ. In possession, attacking with a standard approach play, pass into space, overlap in the left and right, focus play down the left and right. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, final third, low crosses, and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. Now, this is another tactic by DeliciousStory. The formation on the page I got it from says 4-2-2-2. The game says 4-2-4. Take your pick. It's one of those things where it could be either or. A 47 win percentage, a 33 loss percentage. You got a couple things in here. Not a lot of information from DeliciousStory itself. The discussion board doesn't have any information, sadly. So this one, you're going to kind of have to figure out on your own. He basically lists another tactic that he created, but that is about it. So we may actually check that one out later. But this time around, you don't really have much to go on, sadly, but we're going to get into it. Now, our three teams of Tottenham, Wolves, and Newcastle, how did they do? As you could take a look and see, Tottenham doing very well with 85 points, a fantastic return for them. 27-4-7, 91-4, 42 against. Only 49 goal differential is not the greatest we've seen from them, but it is pretty good for a Tottenham team. Wolves in fifth, 70 points, another fantastic outing. 22 goal differential there, 21-7-10. Newcastle in seventh, definitely more on the average side, 63. Not the greatest outside of European spots, so sad for them, unfortunately, but Arsenal do get in 8th place. But Liverpool coming away with the title with 85 points, drawing Tottenham on their 85, just goal differential, the piece that matters, I guess. Tottenham's schedule, a little shaky off the bat, but you do continue on. You got a lot of green in here, spattering of losses that are kind of scattered about. The second half of the season, though, looks fantastic. 0-2 against Arsenal in the EFL Cup semifinal second leg. So you are out there, but everything else, I mean, look at the sea of green. Champions League, Bayern Munich, you lose 1-3 away from home at the Allianz. You do come back 4-1 winners. You get the FA Cup. You get Champions League. I mean, you beat Man City. You beat Real Madrid. If you're a Tottenham fan, this is the tactic for you. Wolves schedule, I mean, as you'd expect, pretty spotty, especially at the beginning. A great October, though. You've got some sea of greens there. So you do lose out 2-3 away from home against Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup semifinal first leg. You win on penalties, though, at home. So you continue on until the EFL Cup final 2-3 loss against Arsenal. So overall, I mean, out of the 4 trophies that you could get this season, Tottenham have 2. Wolves lost out on 1. So that's 3 cup finals that you got to. The only thing missing out is the league itself. And Tottenham did a pretty good job there, just missing out on goal differential. Newcastle, I mean, it looks a lot better, but you do have a much larger smattering of red. So you do have a lot of losses here and there, except you do lose out 2-3 against Tottenham away from home in the 4th round. FA Cup, you continue on until the quarterfinals, 1-2 loss against Leicester. And then an awful April and an awful May. Not a lot of players leaving this time around, but you do bring in Despotov, Juan Macias, Pedro, and Vegas in there. Wolves, as usual, selling off really nobody and bringing in pretty much nobody. Newcastle, no one's out. However, Iker Munian from Bilbao, 33.5. You have Joseph Stalo. Boyomo comes in, Ronnie Edwards comes in, but Iker Munian is definitely one that we haven't seen before. As we look at the squad quickly, Hugo Lloris comes back and brings his A game, 62 appearances. Harry Kane with 58 plus 1. Bentancur with 51. Goals-wise, 43 for Kane. Absolutely crazy. 33, I mean, we've seen better, but still. Gabriel Barbosa with 33. 15 for Son and Pedro with 13. Assist-wise, 17 for Porro, Kulusevski, and Danjuma for 15. Not too bad there. You got some players in the green. You got a lot of players in the 6'9s. So, I mean, 6'8" is the lowest right here on the screen. 7'4" though for Kane, 7'3" for Barbosa, and Pedro was 7'2". Nathan Collins, center back, 46 plus 1 appearances at the top. Pedro Neto with 43, Cunha with 43, or 44, Cunha with 43 plus 1. Goals, 25 for Jimenez, Cunha with 22. Not too bad. Geddes is doing really well on loan. But Neto with the 12 there. 15 for Neto, assists. Semedo with 13. Aitnori with 9. So, I mean, not too bad. A little bit spread out, I guess. Not a whole lot of people in the green, though. 7-2-8 for Geddes, not even there. Neto, Jimenez, Traore, and Cunha all up there in the greens. I mean, 6-7-0. These guys aren't the greatest. It seems like they didn't play all that well, but 6-8-0 and above, not too bad. Newcastle, Nick Pope with 46 appearances. Trippier is up there with 42 and 41 plus 1 with Callum Wilson. So they are playing some games. 25 goals for Wilson, though. Isaac with 15. An incredibly low tally this time for him. And Joelinton with 13, kind of bringing up what Isaac seems to be missing. 15 assists for Trippier. Almiron with 12 and 8 for Wilson. Not too shabby. You got some players there. Again, 6-5-0 for Lascelles. But all the way up to 6-8-1 Sven Botman. These guys aren't too bad. You like the green. 7-2-2 for Iker Munian. Fantastic pickup, apparently. 7-2-2 for Wilson and Joelinton for 7-13. Iker Munian, I mean, he's 30 years old. It seems to be lighting up Newcastle in the league. So definitely one to take a look at. 18 appearances, 6 goals, and 4 assists. I would definitely put him in your scouting books. And if you can pry him away, I mean, 33.5 was not too expensive. Data Hub, they all seem to be pretty similar. Shaky defensively, very good in attack. As you can see, Tottenham with some fantastic attacking numbers. We see it again and again, though. They've got some amazing numbers on these three, but overall their defensive is kind of shaky. I'm actually not even going to bring you the other two because this is pretty much what it looks like. I think Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken, had some team defending issues. A little bit less on the fouls attempted per game, clearances and blocks, but overall it seems to be similar in the shape, especially in the attack. So most goals in the Premier League, Tottenham with 91. I mean, you've got to have them pumping if they're going to be up there. 85 points at the end of the season. Newcastle and Wolves still up there with 77 apiece. Fewest shots against Tottenham and Newcastle. There you go. Most possession, no one. Dribbles made, fewest conceded. I mean, you got some teams up there, but most tackles won. You've got some defending going on with Newcastle and Wolves. I'm surprised that Tottenham's not up there since they're fewer shots against, but pass completion, nobody. Most shots for, rather. Newcastle is up there with 719, tied with Tottenham. Wolves 639. That's a pretty good drop right there. And then most points per game, as you'd expect. Most goals, Harry Kane with 24 in the league. Barbosa with 23. Wilson with 20. Jimenez with 19. And then, of course, you got cheat code Holland with 36. Most assists, Neto, Almiron, Trippier, Porro, Danjuma. They're not really blowing the lights out on the assist numbers. However, the amount of players you have, Danjuma, Porro, Trippier, Almiron, Neto, all in the top 8 is pretty interesting. Pretty telling as well. Most player of the match awards, Gabriel Barbosa and Jimenez up there. Again, not really too much out of the ordinary, but you do see them in there. No pass completion as you'd expect. Or dribbles made. You got some goalkeeper work there. Most tackles won, nobody. Key passes, you got Porto and Trippier. Sarabi's not up there this time around. Most shots, Barbosa and Wilson, 92 and 97. Holland with 186. So overall, I mean, for Tottenham, I think this is a fantastic place to start. It is sad that they didn't get over Liverpool. I think if you took control, as you know, on your own, did some of your own shouting and tactical tweaks and things like that, I think you could probably get at least a point over that. But it is what it is. It just happens with these sims sometimes. But I am Sefian FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.